I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down.
The intimate, energized showplace that is McLean Stadium. Welcome to Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. And tonight's Big 12 collision between the Oklahoma Sooners and the undefeated Baylor Bears. And welcome to Waco. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Maria Taylor will join us. This is almost surreal to have Baylor back on a big stage after what they've been through. In the 6-year history of the CFP, never been a 9-0 Power 5 team ranked as low as number 13. So they are unrespected. The schedule's been a little soft. The wins have been close, but tonight's their chance.
Well, this is really the window and the opportunity that they've wanted. They are undefeated. Matt Rule has brought a different attitude, a workman-like attitude into Waco these last 3 years. And now they get the Oklahoma Sooners on this big stage with a lot at stake for both teams.
Defense is the personality. The 3-3-5 and the big three up front are crucial tonight.
You're going to want to keep an eye on 93, James Lynch, who's on the edge. Not only defending the run against the Sooners, also they've got to do an incredible job of containing quarterback play tonight. Of course, the Jalen Hurts, he's not only a great thrower, but obviously very mobile. 93 will have to lead that defense.
Yeah, 9 yards per play for the Sooners offense. It's a different look, but man, it's just as productive as it has been the last couple of years.
I mean, if you go back, Chris, really the last 3 years with Baker Mayfield and then Kyler Murray, and now we see Jalen Hurts, they all have been a little bit different. Lincoln Riley told us this week about 10% change from our base offense. To me, when I see Jalen Hurts, it's more quarterback run. He's physical when he takes off to scramble, something Baylor has to be worried about and concerned about.
But here's the intrigue, Kirk. Ceedee Lamb reportedly suffering a head injury in last week's game. Has he cleared concussion protocol? He was been out there with helmet and shoulder pads on warming up, so it's still a bit of a mystery.
It is a mystery. The report breaks this afternoon. We were watching him in warm-ups. You can see not only with game pants and a T-shirt, but a helmet, shoulder pads, going through practice or the warm-ups with the ones. So, the coaches are saying it's a game-time decision. See if he gets cleared by the doctors. But he's telling Maria Taylor, hey, I'm playing. So we'll have to wait and see.
The Baylor Bears, the veterans, were part of a nightmarish 1-11 season. Here they are sitting 9-0. Welcoming in the conference defending champions. How will they perform on this big stage? You're watching a presentation of the Big 12 on ESPN. Matt Rule hoping his team is ready to seize the moment, and he's with Maria Taylor.
Thanks, Chris. All right, Coach, so you're welcoming OU, they're defending conference champion, and you're undefeated at home. How did you describe this opportunity to your team?
Well, it's a chance to play a great football game versus a great team and an amazing atmosphere. Having game day here, having this crowd here, it's a tremendous opportunity for these kids.
What do you feel like is the biggest challenge facing your team in this matchup?
Just to go play football. I mean, if we make this bigger than it is, then we won't play a good game. I told our guys, but you've been doing football, you've been playing football since you were this big. Just go play, and this is why you lift all those weights and work, as Bill Parcells once said, for games like this. Let's go let it rip.
All right, thanks for your time.
Man, thank you.
Tremendous job that he's done in his third season. Their best moments have come on the road. Wins at Kansas State, Oklahoma State. Kirk, their 3 Big 12 wins decided by a total of 8 points. Charlie Brewer has been a clutch quarterback.
Yeah, it's been a great story to watch how we've seen this program really be resurrected, and the leadership of Matt Rule, the players. He played a lot of young players his first 2 years to go 1-11, and then 7-6, and now in year 3 sit here at 9-0. These players have waited for an opportunity to play a guy like Jalen Hurts, and against these Oklahoma Sooners, and all that hard work, see if it comes to fruition tonight.
Jalen Hurts, on the night that his buddy Tua Tagovailoa is apparently done for the season, will try to take care of business and keep Oklahoma alive in playoff contention. They come in as a double-digit road favorite against the 9-0 team. That is a rarity in college football. Oklahoma won the toss, but defers. So they'll put Baylor's offense on the field first. Dave Burkich, reliable kickoff man. Josh Fleeks, the speedy sophomore, is back deep for Baylor, along with Jamichael Hasty, their tough running back. Is Baylor ready for this? You know their students are. And Burkich boots it to the end zone. So here comes Charlie Brewer. He's a third-generation quarterback. His grandpa played for Texas. He beat a Bear Bryant A&M team. His dad was the MVP of the Cotton Bowl. They beat Bryant's Alabama team. His brother, Michael, you remember him at Virginia Tech. We called some big wins for Michael Brewer. And now Charlie Brewer, the youngest of the brood. But he has inherited that family toughness.
He plays like the youngest in the family. Plays with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Tough guy. Wasn't heavily recruited coming out of Lake Travis in the Austin area with such great tradition. Love to watch how he plays the game.
And he's going to keep the ball and scamper. Nice gain on first down of about 6 as we check out the Chick-fil-A impact players.
He's going to need help tonight, obviously. They want to attack the Sooners. John Lovett, they're going to see a rotation at 3. 7's probably their best all-round back. Denzel Mims, 5, can win one-on-one. He'll have to do that. Gallimore on the inside of this defense, and Kenneth Murray, the leader, anxious to get the Sooners back to playing good defense.
Again, Brewer takes off, slips a tackle, and spins for a first down. It's a Sooner defense that has been ripped apart the last couple games.
It really is. They want to start fast and try to get a stop here. But the Bears, in their first couple plays, they pick up a first down. Back-to-back quarterback draws where they're getting Brewer settled down. They made a point in our meetings yesterday of saying, you know, last few games and maybe throughout the year, we haven't played with urgency all the time. We want to get Brewer playing with urgency instead of waiting till late in the game. They want to start fast.
End around, and they give the ball to Josh Fleeks, and he's knocked down after a 2-yard gain. Rule admitted maybe he had been a little bit too conservative and trying to feel out the opponent early in the game. They would fall behind frequently.
Yeah, and he said part of that has to do with maybe, you know, the offensive line giving up some sacks and a few negative plays. They've relied on trusting their defense, winning with field position. They've won turnover margins often, so they've had to wait to really put their foot on the gas. And tonight, because it's Lincoln Riley and Jalen Hurts, they feel they can't wait to do that.
Brewer flushed out and delivers a high throw. Is off the hands of Jermichael Hasty out of the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long.
They brought Kenneth Murray there late and actually had some good pressure. It's going to be a concern. If Brewer is back there, Chris, holding the ball longer than a hitch or two, this offensive line, I don't think they can handle the athletic ability, the twists and stunts, and the way they'll bring pressure from those linebackers. Murray and White both will come after that quarterback. So he's got to have that internal clock. If it's not there, he's got to take off or throw it away. Can't take sacks.
Yeah, he's been sacked a lot, 23 times, taken a lot of hits this season. Sooners don't come after him, only a 3-man rush, but they still get him. Ronnie Perkins off the edge, and the Sooners do get a stop.
Casey Phillips, the left tackle right here, just cannot deal with the athletic ability and the speed around the edge. Just does not do a good job of getting back, getting lateral and using, and maybe undervalued, underappreciated the quickness there of Perkins. And you can see the back there slide out because he thought the left tackle Phillips had that handled. They just rush 3 and get home.
Isaac Power to punt, and Kirk Ceedee Lamb, the regular punt returner, is not out there. It was Drake Stoops, son of Bob Stoops. And now as the Sooners offense takes the field, we will keep a close eye on number 2 as the Sooners have nice field position to get their first offensive possession. Check the head last week on Ceedee Lamb and Oklahoma's victory over Iowa State. Boom. He lowers his head as a punt returner, loses the helmet. He didn't come out of the game. He played a monster game, but media reports began to circulate just this afternoon after he had done plenty of media. It was a feature on College Game Day that he would not be able to play because he didn't pass the protocol. Nobody told Maria pregame, but there he is, Kirk, with a stocking hat as the Sooner offense takes over here from their own 47. Talk about the impact of the game plan if, in fact, he can go tonight. A significant playmaker, the deep threat on this Oklahoma team. This is Kennedy Brooks, who turns the corner and gets to midfield.
Well, first you have to remember they average 249 yards a game on the ground. Jalen Hurts, if anything, is going to have to run a few more times tonight with Ceedee Lamb down. He averages about 14 carries a game. The other thing is you're going to see some of these younger receivers, the true freshmen. Lincoln Riley telling us they're ready to grow up this week, so they'll have their opportunity along with Charleston Rambo.
Brooks again with a stiff arm and muscles his way for a gain to the 46. It'll set up 3rd and 3. It becomes a more ground-heavy attack.
Yeah, well, I mean, they typically want to run the ball to set up their play-action pass game. I mean, that's who they are. And, you know, whether Ceedee Lamb is out there or not, that's their personality, that's their identity. Now it just takes on that much more of an identity because of not having their go-to guy, the top receiver in the country. But they're not going to change who they are. If anything, more physical, more run.
Bears crowd the line, come after Hurts on 3rd down. The blitz is picked up, and the pass is caught. Different guys will have to step up. That's A.D. Miller as they move the sticks.
Watch Jalen Hurts. Hitch, ball is out. Great timing. Ball is actually out early before the veteran A.D. Miller even comes out of his break. Jalen Hurts early in this game just settling in. Felt good on that throw on that 3rd down and long. Had time to be able to see it and deliver the ball accurately.
Brooks again. Turns the corner. And bangs down for another 1st down to the 23-yard line. Stopped by Miller and Graylin Arnold.
But you play 3-3-5 for Baylor. 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. They play that scheme because they play in the Big 12 where people spread you out. It gives them the chance to get more speed on the field. But you better be ready to be physical when OU comes to town with this running game and that offensive line.
Averaging about 250 a game on the ground. Hurts slings it, and the catch is made by Nick Basqua, knocked out of bounds after a short gain. Jalen, a 73% passer. That's 2nd behind LSU's Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think Lincoln Riley does a really good job. He's done a good job with all his quarterbacks, but I think he's done a really good job with a quarterback that hasn't had a lot of time to be on campus, has picked up his system, has become a leader in the weight room, in the locker room. It's hard to do when you come over from another school, but right away these players realize the alpha personality that he has.
Play action on 2nd and 5. Hurts knocked down as he delivers the throw, and it falls way short. Jordan Williams came off the edge there.
Yeah, they brought pressure up the middle, and it affected his follow-through, but I think the ball may have just slipped out of his hand. Watch this at the end here. He gets hit. Can't really follow through on the football. Ball kind of took off on him. At first, I thought maybe somebody at the line of scrimmage may have tipped it, but that ball just kind of floated awkwardly out of his hand. Another 3rd down.
There's a huge number of quarterback pressures, 200 of them on this season. That's big. Can they get near Hurts? Nobody with a hand on the ground on 3rd and 5. Hurts looking to run, but he can't escape. Slung down by Bravion Roy for a sack.
Well, anytime you get Jalen Hurts to 3rd down, you got to be concerned about his scramble. Watch Roy in the middle. Now, he's a big man, but he's over 330 pounds. But look, he wins his battle, and then he's able to be there with his eyes up and be able to bring down Jalen Hurts. His push in the middle tonight, essential, because Jalen likes to scramble up the middle.
Burkich, a freshman kicker who takes over for Austin Cyber, the all-time Big 12 leading scorer. This from 39 yards to remain perfect on the season. And it will go just inside the upright. 11 for 11 as the Sooners take advantage of good field position, but just produce 3 points. Up early here in Waco. Could not scramble for that 1st down. Oklahoma settles for 3. And Baylor's offense goes back to work. Hasty from the goal line. Setter steps, but can't get beyond the 23. Play action on 1st down. Brewer on a slam, and he bounced the ball to Denzel Mims, who was running free in the secondary.
Yeah, this is just a miscommunication by the Oklahoma secondary, where you have 2 defenders that are working into the flat. I'm thinking this safety broke late, but they end up busting coverage. You can see him late. See how he's late trying to get back to recover to get to the middle of the field. And that's a mistake. That's something that really cost Oklahoma against Kansas State and Iowa State last week.
2nd down throw across the middle. Going down to make a tough catch is Mims. He's known for that. He just had a monster late game heroics against TCU, that overtime survival.
Brewer, and you know, Brewer makes this throw, and he'd love to have the one back where he has the touchdown. That is an incredible effort there by Mims.
When you make a throw that bad, are you just trying to muscle the ball forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like you see it, and you probably muscle. You try to maybe short arm it. You're just trying to make that perfect throw.
There's another shot. Sliding move there by Chris Platt on the sidelines. Has got it for another first down to the 47.
See, you have an Oklahoma defense that's reeling coming into the game the way they played against Kansas State and Iowa State. That's why I like the tempo. I like attacking the secondary because that's where they've had a lot of miscues.
Brewer on the move, will now cut it back and dart up the middle. He's got sneaky quickness. That's a 7-yard gain.
He's got that defense flying. He does a nice job with his vision there to show you what kind of a natural runner he is, cutting back against the grain. But they've got all of a sudden Oklahoma on their heels, and this is where they want to be to help that offensive line. More in that attack mode that we talked about.
On 2nd and 3, trying to bounce the run outside and then lowering his shoulder is John Lovett, the junior from New Jersey, who's created more explosive runs than any Baylor back, and they do move to 6 again.
Alex Grinch, the new defensive coordinator from Oklahoma. Of course, they had a tough year last year. They fired Mike Stoops in the middle of the year. Ruff McNeil took over. They bring Alex Grinch over, who was at Ohio State last year as a co-defensive coordinator. He loves to attack the line of scrimmage. A lot of twists, a lot of games up front from that D-line.
He flip it to Lovett in the flat. He's got space and a first down and much more. Barreling down inside the 5. First and goal as the back out of the backfield makes a big play.
It's a good read here. You're going to see to Brewer's left, the nickelback, Hiles. He's reading him right here. Is he going out or is he coming in? He's got to feel that. Once he comes to the quarterback, he's able to dump it off to him, and there's nobody left to pick him up.
Backs are very effective receivers in this offense. All 3 of the backs have caught the ball effectively. Lovett in the game on 1st and goal. Brewer going to keep it, and he scores standing up, and Baylor takes the lead. The flag down near side of the field.
By number 6 of the defense. The penalties declined. It's a touchdown.
You want urgency, Kirk, from this offense. How about that drive? 78 yards in 10 plays, less than 4 minutes.
Yeah, they were attacking there, and a couple of nice receptions. But I thought that Charlie Brewer really looked like the quarterback that he's capable of being there, running, making good reads, good throws. Really, again, in that attack mode, 10 plays and those 78 yards.
And a great job recovering, as the PAT is good, from a terrible throw. It's a sure touchdown to Mims. He bounces the ball to him, but he regroups after that.
Yeah, that was the good read where he got Lovett the ball out wide. I also thought they did a nice job with tempo. They completely had Oklahoma on their heels, and then Brewer here follows the big man Newman around and gets into the end zone for the Bears' first touchdown of the night.
Baylor leads 7-3. Charlie Brewer completing passes to 5 different receivers on the drive, and then his 8th rushing touchdown, by far the most on the Bears this season. Trey Brown back deep to receive the kick. Noah Rauschenberg, who's missed 5 games with an injury, is back. He's known for his kickoff leg, and drives it to the 2. Brown trying to get sideways. A flag flies. Brown still trying to stay alive, and he does get free. And the kicker unable to grab him. Again, a flag down as Brown loses the ball at the end. Sooners recover at the 16-yard line, so a lot to sort out. The flag came out very, very early.
Holding on number 8 of the return team. The penalty will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul, and it'll be a first down.
Trajan Bridges, the receiver on the special teams, costs a huge return.
Well, he grabbed him and brought him right down to the ground. Just grabbed his jersey, the true freshman. Right here. I think he's in that area. No, he's right here. There he is, grabs him right there.
Negates an 80-yard return. Instead of starting in the red zone, Oklahoma backed up and will start inside its own 15. Jalen rolls out, knocked down in the end zone, and heaves it as there was a miscommunication there. Blake Lynch brought the pressure. Maria?
Well, speaking of Ceedee Lamb, we finally got the official news from Oklahoma that he's out with a medical issue. You know, I spoke to Ceedee this week leading into this game, and he was so excited to be able to make plays with that guy, Jalen Hurts. So he's sitting on the sidelines now, trying to keep his team into it, trying to make sure that he's bringing energy on the sidelines right now, but will not be coming into the game tonight, guys.
All right, Maria, and Chris, you just talked about that chemistry and that comfort. There's a miscommunication there with a freshman receiver.
Brooks slashes for a short gain. Serious smoke screen. You don't often have a player who's ruled out medically sit down and do a feature for College Game Day and have a phone call with Maria. Go through the warm-ups with helmet and shoulder pads on.
Now, I've never seen that. First time. Another big third down here for OU, this time deep in their own territory.
Who will step up and make these clutch catches with the big play weapon not in there?
They're showing outside pressure. Here's how they're walking them up. Here they come.
Hurts. And escape again. They got him. Blake Lynch, the linebacker, and the Bears force a punt.
And they brought pressure from the outside. They walk both their outside linebackers. They're hybrid players here and here, and they bring them. But that's not the only two that apply the pressure. You also see in the inside, James Lockhart, 9, gets free. And Jalen Hurts, his head is spinning, trying to figure out where that pressure is coming. Nice job of dialing it up there by Phil Snow and fooling OU, the offensive line, and Jalen Hurts on third down.
Only the 23rd punt this year for Reeves-Muncho. They haven't had to punt very often. It's a high one. Braylon Arnold will get away from it. It bounces with backspin, touched about the 45-yard line. And that's where the Bears will take over, up 7-3. That pass rush has been effective, harassing Hurts already. Hasty is the back next to Brewer. And they begin from the 46. Brewer backpedals, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Excellent pressure by the fine nose guard.
This is what Oklahoma's dealing with. It's that long pass play, man-to-man on the outside right here, right? But what I think catches them, and the reason Alex Grinch got upset was their nickel back right there. Radley Hiles, he kind of got stuck in between. Do I take the quarterback? Do I take the back? He starts on the back, then comes down on the quarterback, and this is what happened after that play, after the touchdown, is he had to deal with Alex Grinch on the sideline, basically saying, do your job by staying with that back.
He said it rather emphatically.
Yeah.
Brewer is pressured, but he escapes, and he's going to dive head first for a first down at the 42. Big part of this game so far, Brewer scrambling.
Watch the linebacker clear out with the motion, and then the awareness by Brewer to see the open right there. He just steps up. They blitz that other outside linebacker, and once again, the middle of the Sooners defense is open for Brewer to take off for yards with his legs.
Man, he just hurls his body forward into defenders. He delivers blows.
He does.
Takes them.
Yeah. He said in a meeting the other day, he's like, I'm tired of taking him. It's fun to deliver him once in a while.
He's not 100%. He's been knocked around this year, but few on this field are 100% at this point in the season. And give it off from the running back, and this is Hasty, and he's going to be slung down by Murray, but not before a 9-yard gain.
See, this is where you attack Oklahoma, to me, running the ball. Get to the edge. You can get to the corner, you can seal that edge, and you can force that secondary to have to tackle. This time Murray's able to chase it down, but not until 9 yards downfield.
Sneak by Brewer for a first down. You're right. Kansas State, Iowa State just killed the Sooners with those wide.
Yeah, anytime you wanted to go wide, get to the perimeter the last couple of weeks, Kansas State and especially Iowa State in that second half last week. And it doesn't just mean running. You can just throw the quick pass, the quick screen to the outside, but force that secondary to make tackles.
And the Bears, again, it's the first time in a game this big for all of these players acquitting themselves well in the first quarter. Trying to build to this lead. First down from the 30. Play action again. Brewer takes it downfield. Shot! Mims has got it! Touchdown, Baylor! What a start in Waco.
But Denzel Mims matched up against a true freshman in Davis, and watch how he gets beyond him. Now he stacks him, uses that left arm to get beyond him. How about the throw by Charlie Brewer? You can't do it any better. But I love that Mims got that separation, used that arm to extend just a little bit, a little push, and then he used his speed to outrun him.
9th touchdown for Mims, a guy that symbolizes the evolution, the growth of so many of these Baylor veteran players. He has come light years. He's the main threat. He's a Baylor receiver, and the Bears back-to-back touchdown drives, taking 54 yards, an electric throw and catch. They've got Oklahoma down 11 late first quarter. 2 in the first quarter tonight. Brown comes up to receive the short kickoff from the 9, and a flag comes in here. He's spun down. This one may be in the attempted tackle. They fake it to Brooks. Hurts delivers, and the catch made on the sideline there by A.D. Miller, the senior from Dallas, who only had 3 catches this season, has 2 tonight.
Yeah, and again, the second time we've seen Hurts work back to that left boundary and be in sync with A.D. Miller. Veteran receiver that is going to have to step his game up tonight with Ceedee Lamb out, and he has in his first quarter.
22-yard gain. And Brooks tests the right side, slips 1 tackle, wrestled down, 3-yard gain. James Lynch got the tackle, one with Lockhart.
Now, OU runs that counter play they have for these last 4 years, and it kind of become a staple of Lincoln Riley. That time, Baylor, nice job of chasing it down from behind.
Hurts is chased. Can he escape? Ball on the ground. It's a scrum. Baylor, Blake Lynch at the bottom of that pile, trying to spin away, just dropped the football. And the Bears think they have a takeaway. Hurts is still
They're fighting for that football.
Jalen's a strong man. If he can do anything at the bottom of the pile to atone for the mistake, he will. Blake Lynch, co-captain, graduate, bottom of that pile, and it is a barely takeaway. A rough start for Jalen Hurts tonight.
Well, and Chris, it's that same blitz from the outside. With the 38 right here, you see 2 eventually coming as well. They're bringing that outside pressure with Jordan Williams and Blake Lynch. Lynch doesn't give up on it just enough with that right hand to knock the ball loose. Or actually, he actually knocks his foot loose where he loses his footing, and now it's a scrap for that football. And it's like Lynch got it. Yeah, Lynch got it back.
Terrell Bernard down there scrapping for the football as well, and now Baylor a real opportunity to stretch the lead. 1 second left in a wild first quarter. Brewer, the other look downfield, and another big run. Sliding down inside the 5. Baylor threatens again. What a first 15 minutes. They spot the Sooners, a 3-0 lead, and then roar back.
Another quarterback run up the middle. Look at him set up this block right there. Perfect move to kind of wait patiently for Galvin to pick up that block out in space. Brewer running tonight and doing a great job of leading this Bears offense.
Baylor trying to seize their moment, off to a great start. End of 1 in Waco. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. Highlight of Waco. That's the Silo District. Chip and Joanna Gaines, guest pickers in College Game Day. That's part of the Magnolia Empire. And welcome back. Saturday Night Football on ABC, presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. And the Bears, as we begin the second quarter, threatening to build on this lead. Brewer keeping straight ahead, scores for a second time, and Baylor building a big lead.
It's the same play they scored on their last touchdown where they brought the right guard, Newman, around. Quarterback power. And they just don't have enough defenders on that side of the football. They use a formation to get him out of position. They bring that right guard around, and Kenneth Murray unable to make the tackle.
So Brewer has run for a couple. Threw the touchdown pass to Mims. What a start with the junior from Austin Lake Travis High School. John Mayers makes it 21-3. Here's the began the possession here. Hurts just puts the ball on the ground. The Bears have the short field, and they take it right in.
Yeah, a great opportunity for Baylor after that turnover to put themselves up by 18, and they capitalize here early in the second.
Charlie Brewer, all 27 yards on that touchdown drive via his 2 runs. There is a party breaking out in McLean Stadium. We took him a football program that was a national pariah, scandalized, house cleaning from top to bottom here. These players suffering through 1-11 in Matt Rule's first year, and all of a sudden they are hammering the defending champions in this conference 21-3. A lot of football to be played, but Baylor is just building momentum here.
Yeah.
What answers can Jalen Hurts have? They swing it to Stevenson out of the backfield, and big man shows a nice burst, and it's a first down out across the 35.
Yeah, simplify, get your athletes out in space and let them do some damage themselves. We've seen Brooks tonight a lot. Stevenson, the junior college player, he's got the size at 236 pounds, and that time shows he's got some burst as well.
I feel like he's ready for a big stretch run. And Hurts into the clear, shedding tackles, slides down in Baylor territory at the 45, but the Sooners trying to strike back quickly.
Yeah, a good read here. Watch him read the defensive end. He kind of stays on this ride. Watch how long he rides here to get this man to commit down. Once he commits down, he pulls it. Now he's outside with blockers. Good job by the receivers of stalk blocking there to give him even more room to run.
Hand it off inside to Stevenson.
Isn't it interesting, you know, in the past when you had Kyler Murray or you had Baker Mayfield, if they would have digged themselves a hole like this, they'd go back to the passing game, right? It's interesting how now you go back to Jalen Hurts in the running game, the zone read, and with Ceedee Lamb out, it's even more of an emphasis and more that they need from the quarterback Hurts and his running ability.
Hurts from the pocket this time, delivered a high throw. Nick Basquin makes the catch, knocked out hard. Picks up about 6. Be third down and short.
That's where they want to be with Jalen Hurts' ability to run and throw. They cleared out the corner who was playing man-to-man. Watch him clear him out there. Creates that nice opening there to the boundary. Nice long throw, an accurate throw there by Hurts.
Sooners may have 2 plays to get the 11 yards. Here's third down as Baylor crowds the line. Hurts has time, though. Steps up. It's a long throw into traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Braylon Arnold. Arnold down the sidelines. Could he beat Hurts? No, the quarterback gets off the block and forces him out, but it's a second Jalen Hurts turnover, and Baylor in business again.
Well, you talk about instincts as a defensive back. He was waiting for this ball the entire time. Watch him come from the inside. Look at him waiting. Eyes back, jump the ball instantly. He was waiting for Basquin to finish his route, but as he was in good position, it allowed him to look over his shoulder and look at Jalen Hurts, who threw the ball, and his eyes lit up because he knew he had a chance to jump it.
Man, what a year Braylon Arnold has had. Hampered by injuries so much of his career. That's his 4th interception of the season, and a 71-yard return means the Bears start at the 9, first and goal.
Jalen threw a couple balls last week that were questionable and could have been intercepted. They were dropped by the Cyclones, not by the Bears tonight.
Brewer from the pocket, fires for the end zone. Touchdown, Mims, his 2nd. And Baylor is pouring it on against OU.
So you're saying you wanted a platform to send a message to the committee. Well, they're off to a pretty good start here. It's potentially 28-3. Protection is there. He gets a matchup that he wants. Does a nice job of looking that safety off, but gets the matchup again with his man, Mims. He feels Mims can beat anybody in this Oklahoma secondary one-on-one. That's the second time tonight he's done it for a touchdown.
Baylor has been the somehow, some way team. Just create ways to win tight games. They've created this national stage. They feel disrespected at 13. And you're right, Kirk, this has been emphatic so far.
Yeah, one-on-one right here. Trey Brown, who's undersized at 5'10" against Mims. You wait, ball out against man coverage. Perfectly placed where only Mims can get his hands on the ball. And the Bears and Charlie Brewer could not play any better, up 28-3.
Lincoln Riley circled up every Sooner who made this road trip and delivered an extended and emphatic message. He was hot, but tried to stay positive at the end, tried to be positive with Jalen Hurts now. Kirk has had a couple of turnovers and finds himself in a 25-point hole in a revved-up stadium.
The bad news, obviously, you're on the road, down 25. Your best player offensively, Ceedee Lamb's not playing tonight. The good news is there's 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. So it just starts small, little victories as they try to work their way back into the game.
Kennedy knocked down, and Brooks across the 30. He's got the first down yardage.
There are people around the country right now hearing second quarter score out of Waco, Baylor 28, Oklahoma 3, and saying, what's going on? It's one of those kind of starts to this game right now. But OU they've got to be able to find out who is going to step up on the perimeter. I think it needs to be Charleston Rambo 14 with Ceedee Lamb out as far as making plays.
Play action across the middle, and there's the third catch for A.D. Miller. Dropped the ball, hammered by Chris Miller. Had it, couldn't hold it.
Yeah, I think Chris Miller got in there. By the way, he's not playing in last week's game because he's had 3 targeting calls. New rule this year, after 3 targeting calls, you're out. So it's nice to see him still be aggressive and play smart. Comes in there with his hand and dislodges that football against A.D. Miller. See that right hand kind of in the contact with his shoulder and his upper body, jarred that ball loose.
He plays 100 miles an hour. Got to play within the rules, though.
Yep.
Because he earned those 3 targetings. Hurts has good protection, but just takes off. It's one read and go, and why not when you could do that out near midfield, another first down.
See, he's reading this before he takes off on that quarterback draw. He's trying to feel the linebacker there. If the linebacker drops too far back, that's what gives him a chance to take off and run. He's just kind of watching this guy. If he drops out too far, then he's going to follow the lineman. So watch him. Kind of look at that, feel that. Then he decides, okay, I can take off and use it as a quarterback draw, and he follows the big fella there, Robinson, and gets positive yards.
Lamb in there. It's a totally different looking Oklahoma offense. They've been a big downfield team all season long.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have been quick strike. I mean, as good as anybody in the country at scoring quickly, which is kind of, again, an MO of what we've seen from Lincoln Riley's offenses over the years.
Brooks tackled. You talk about a yard per attempt, which is one measure they use to talk about your efficiency. 13.3 is a massive number.
Yeah. And I think they were number 2 coming into the night in the country in pass plays of 20 yards or more with 53 of them. So, yeah, I mean, and that's why, even with Ceedee Lamb out, I think they still feel, because there's so much time to go in this game, they've worked themselves back into this game.
2nd and 7. Hurts from the pocket, delivers a long throw. And the catch is made there by Lee Morris, and the veteran knocked out by Lynch. Another first down.
Yeah, and when you get these opportunities, you've got to capitalize on them. Watch the safety right here, and watch Miller work down the middle of this defense. Safety comes up right there. You got it. Got to take that throw, take that shot. Those are quick strikes that if you can hit, make an accurate throw downfield, that's a touchdown. You're right back in the game.
Sooners in a 2-back look, but Hurts keeps it. He has a couple blocks on the edge and is forced out at the 15. Picked up 8.
And again, they go back to that zone read where he's reading the best defensive lineman, James Lynch. Instead of blocking him, just read him. Make him have to make a decision, and Jalen Hurts again able to get wide of him and pick up 8 yards. Now they widen Lynch out there to the right of the offense.
Hurts still has the football, pressured, and fires it to the sideline. Terrell Bernard came after him. The crowd wants a grounding call. Don't get it.
Yeah, they collapse Lynch inside, and here comes Bernard and the pressure that he brings from his middle linebacker spot. See how he blows up those linemen that are pulling? Nobody left there to pick up Bernard, who's been active himself there at the second level of this defense.
See, he is outside of the pocket. Boy, Bernard's playing with a heavily wrapped right hand. That was development, I think, since the start of this game. Here's a guy that had 19 tackles in the win over TCU. Brooks inside. Excuse me, that's Stevenson muscling inside. It's a first down and goal now for Oklahoma.
They pick up the big first down there on 3rd and short. You're right about Bernard, Chris. You know, he's had to step up. They lost one of their great leaders in Clay Johnston after 6 games. Led the team in tackles, so they ended up moving Bernard, who was playing where Jordan Williams in. They were kind of rotating. They moved him to the inside, and he's done a nice job of playing there for that leader, Johnston, who's been out.
And first and goal, Hurts took a quick look, now just takes off. Slams forward, ball on the ground again. It's another scrum at the 6-yard line.
Well, you talk about a collision between a quarterback and a safety in Henry Black. The football came loose, but you talk 2 guys hitting each other as hard as they possibly could there, because Jalen Hurts picks up momentum. Watch this hit here.
Listen to it.
Boom. Ball came out. Shield came off. Ball's out. Yeah, you see the shield off of his helmet. That was a big-time collision.
Hurts still in the game. Empty backfield. Looking to run again. Another big collision right at the 5. Once again, it was Chris Miller, the big hitter.
I'm telling you,
Give it as good as he got there.
Phil Snow must have told his team, listen, Hurts is going to run the ball, and when he does, we are going to punish him. We're going to hit him from every angle and make him not want to run the football again. Because right now, these linebackers and 3, Chris Miller, they are lowering their shoulder at full speed into Jalen Hurts.
You killed the will of Jalen Hurts. I'm not sure that's possible. 3rd and goal from the 5. Hurts has time. Zips it. Touchdown. Catch made in traffic by Austin Stogner. True freshman tight end. His first career touchdown as Hurts delivered a dart from the pocket.
Yeah, and really nice route by the freshman. I just want to make sure he held on to the football here. Look at work to the outside, back to the inside. Is able to hold on to that in traffic. A couple different defenders trying to get their hands on the ball. Really, really good timing there. And a good job. You know, Calcaterra, their starting tight end, is out. So they relied on Lee Morris and Stogner to step up for him. And he does a nice job there of securing that for a big touchdown for the Sooners.
Sooners have to work for it. They're helped by that defensive holding penalty, which prolonged the drive. They cut into the lead now, 28-10.
So used to seeing OU score fast. That time, 14 plays for their 75 yards and a touchdown.
Bleeks breaks free and bounces out near the 30. Brewer looking for the slant and delivers. Catch made. Sneed out of that slot position, catches the dart, first down near midfield.
He's reading the safety here. He's got 2 slants coming in. He's going to kind of feel this safety right here. Whichever slant he jumps, he's going to go the other route. You see how he takes this slant? So he's got the next slant right behind that, and he's able to get it in. Good read, and again, Brewer in sync, in rhythm, reading this defense perfectly, play after play.
It's bad news, Kirk. Denzel Mims, the big play receiver for the Baylor Bears. He was limping all the way across the field, able to jog off. He's looking at his right calf. So, the man who has 2 touchdowns tonight on the sideline for the moment on first down. Hasty around the edge quickly. Slams right into Kenneth Murray. Physical tackle and about a 4-yard gain.
You know, a lot of people knock the Big 12. They don't play defense in the Big 12. That's been the knock over the years. All I know is tonight, I've heard that. Tonight in Waco, there's some collisions. I mean, we're seeing some people get hit tonight.
It's justified to some degree.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying tonight I'm enjoying the contest.
Absolutely.
I'm enjoying seeing people get hit.
The defense in green has been exceptional. On second down, Brewer again takes off and weaves his way and dives for another first down.
He's not going to wow you with his speed, but I'll tell you what, man, this guy is instinctive when he pulls it down on that quarterback draw, patiently waiting for the blocks to get downfield. He almost sets them up and it cuts behind them.
Now looking to throw in first down. Wanted to take a peek down the end zone. Instead just takes off, and this time will slide down at the 22-yard line. Clock running. They still have 2 timeouts to work with.
That second timeout by head coach there, Matt Rule.
Need 3 for a first down. Still have the 1 timeout left.
Mims at the top, but they have a safety there to help. Moving to the middle.
He was looking that direction. Again, just takes off, weaves his way, knocked down. The clock will stop momentarily as they move the sticks.
A good job of getting the first down. And with that timeout, they were able to say, hey, we get a first down. Here's our play. Let's get it called. That way they can try to preserve as much time as they can. They need to pick it up here. Hold on to that timeout.
Clock moving 25 and counting. Brewer from the pocket. Delivers a short throw. Getting out of bounds is Platt. So they keep the timeout, move the ball to the 16.
Well, they have a lot of receivers for this OU defense. Thornton, 81. Mims makes a lot of plays. You just saw Platt. Leaks can make plays, 21. R.J. Sneed. We got Jared Atkinson, who's a junior. I mean, you got 6 guys that they can throw the football to that they feel can win one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, they had 7 guys coming in with double-digit catches. That'd be a balanced receiving corps. Brewer looking for the end zone, loops the ball over the head of Sneed. He was tangled up in coverage there, no flag. Bradley Hiles, the linebacker, was on him.
Fans booing. There was some pushing and shoving there by 44, Bradley Hiles. Again, if I'm Brewer, I'm looking into that secondary. I'm looking at the safeties. I'm trying to see where I can get one of my talented receivers matched up one-on-one. Mims again at the top.
Platt comes in motion. Brewer looking to the left. Flushed. Scrambling, fires, end zone, and was trying to get Hasty out of the backfield free. It's 4th down with 7 seconds, and here comes the field goal team.
Yeah, a nice job by the pass rush by the Sooners that time. Did not give Brewer much of a chance at all to let that play develop. Gallimore in the middle, watch 90, get a good push there, good athletic ability for the big fella. Well over 300 pounds, and yet moves very, very quickly. It forced Brewer out of the pocket. That play really never had a chance. Good coverage as well.
A 13-play drive covering 61 yards, and now John Mayers, freshman, 28 yards, been very reliable this season, and he knocks it through. So Baylor adds to a lead, and it's going to be a 3-touchdown lead. The Bears spotted OU, a 3-point lead, roared back. What a first half with a 3rd-generation quarterback. 31-10. It'll be OU football to begin the second half. Kevin, Jonathan, and Mark coming up. The Capital One halftime report is after these messages. Jalen Hurts, a difficult first half, and a fumble and an interception that set up Baylor's scores, and now a lot of work to be done again without Ceedee Lamb, who was limited all week in practice and unable to go tonight. They get the football to begin the 3rd quarter, Kirk, but a whole lot of work to do.
Yeah, this is where adjustments come into play for Lincoln Riley. They had a tough first half. This is one thing to remember. They're on 21 points. And with the way this offense can score, and I know Ceedee Lamb is out, but they still have an offensive scheme that is built to score quickly. So if I'm in there in the locker room at halftime and I'm OU, I'm thinking, let's take this first drive, and let's put points on the board, get back in this game.
Rauschenberg drives the kick to the goal line. Slips a couple of tackles, knocked down across the 25-yard line. Rita, what did you learn at halftime?
Well, Lincoln Riley told me, he told his team that they have to remember that they're not playing their game right now. They had those turnovers that put them behind. And he also said that Ceedee Lamb wasn't able to do much throughout the week, so they weren't able to game plan some without him playing with the offense. The reason why they let him warm up is because he wanted to be with his team, but now he's out here in street clothes, guys.
Hurts hit as he throws the football. Hard hit. Ball flutters to the turf, and the Bears' pass rush continues to be a big story.
Yeah, and good coverage downfield, but you know, this defensive line, we knew coming in that James Lynch had the ability to get there, and that time Jalen Hurts hesitated just slightly, waiting for his receiver to break free, and it gave James Lynch enough time to apply that pressure and get his hand up there to knock that ball down.
Lynch is a guy that goes almost 300 pounds, plays with a ton of finesse in his game. Hurts, though, escapes. They left a big lane for him, and the quarterback again moves the sticks. First down across the 45.
This is a good job of recognizing blitz up the middle, and then you're going to see a lot of man-to-man coverage across the board. Watch how Jalen Hurts recognizes that. He sees this man clear out, this man blitzing, so he's got the alley right there to be able to take off and get yards. Clears out. The last thing you want to do is leave Jalen Hurts a chance to pick up yards like that.
Hurts gets the ball out quickly, and the catch is made on the far side there by Morris. And they are in business again, threatening inside the Baylor 40.
They continue to work that slot to the right and to the left. This time, they catch Baylor in man, so when Morris makes that catch, he turns the corner. There's nobody there. He's able to take off and get those first down yards.
Play action, Hurts banged around in the pocket, delivers across. Morris hit hard, makes the catch. It'll be another first down.
Give the offensive line a lot of credit there, because Baylor's been getting after Jalen Hurts. Watch the pressure come from the right. Brooks, the back, does a good job just getting in the way, and then the vision downfield as he's getting banged around by Hurts to eventually find an open receiver. But Kennedy Brooks, coming off that play action look, does just enough to give his quarterback enough time to throw that.
Brooks, first down handoff, trapped behind the line. Hurts not used to being hit. He only sacked 10 times all season, been sacked 3 times tonight.
A different deal tonight. Phil Snow with his 3-3-5 is just saying, you know what, without Ceedee Lamb, we're going to take our chances. We don't care. Until you make us pay for it, we're going to attack. Phil Snow, a veteran defensive coordinator, been all over the country. Of course, came down from Temple when Matt Rule took this job, but he's blitzing his inside backers, his hybrid backers on the outside. We've seen Lynch and Williams coming, really turning up the heat on the line and on Jalen Hurts.
Play action again. Hurts takes off on second down. He eludes one tackler. Forward Brazos will take him to the 21. Houston stopped him. It'll be 3rd and 3.
I mean, even when he's able to make one guy miss, you know, there's 2 or 3 more green jerseys. There's positive yards by Jalen Hurts. You can see, again, they bring Lynch on the blitz. Now he's got some room. He makes Arnold miss, but there you go. There's the secondary. Able to keep him short of that first down. A good drive right now to start this second half by the Sooners. They need a touchdown here.
Basquin motioning over to the right side. Bears standing up, coming after Hurts again, gets it out, and has a crosser wide open, and Rambo slips a tackle, stutter steps, still alive, knocked down hard, but it's 1st and goal, Oklahoma.
We wondered who would win. That's a mix-up with a crossing route. Right here, he comes across. Nobody runs with him. They're man-to-man, but nobody stays with him. Shallow cross. Rambo, because he comes underneath, nobody. I thought Arnold might run with him, but he doesn't. So after he makes the catch, everybody else is a man-to-man. He's got nothing but real estate to pick up.
Oklahoma, it's a 28-yard gain in that 3rd and 13. Brooks is the back, on 1st and goal. He's got it. He's swarmed. He'll lose back to the 4. Bravion Roy. The nose tackle got there quickly.
But Roy's having a big night. You know, they've been rotating him in and out to try to keep him fresh. But, man, watch the line of scrimmage here. Down inside the 5-yard line. Look at the push by the green jerseys led by Roy. Again, they are pinning their ears, attacking between those tackles. Makes it very tough. OU's going to have to get out wide. Based on that motion, he saw man-to-man. He checks to a man-to-man play.
Play clock at 4. Brooks plows into heavy traffic, gains about a yard. It'll be 3rd down.
I'm telling you, man, that is a grind with this defensive line. Roy, Lockhart, Lynch, linebackers Bernard, Williams coming downhill.
Looking at about an offensive average, almost 7 yards per rushing play coming in, having to earn every inch tonight.
I'm surprised. I get Jalen Hurts with his athletic ability out on the edge. Give him a chance to run it or throw it.
And Hurts was looking to run, now tries to fire in the end zone. Caught, touchdown. Stogner, the tight end again, is becoming an unlikely touchdown scorer for this offense.
That is a great throw by Jalen Hurts, bringing Stogner back. Pressure again by big 93 James Lynch. But as he rolls out here, he's got to get rid of the ball. And watch where he ends up locating and finding he brings it back away from the defender, which forced Stogner to have to come back. That was respect to the Baylor defender in that right corner. So he brings it back a little more to the middle. And you're right, the freshman tight end once again capitalizes to finish off that drive.
Big rangy dude, 6'6", just 237. First 2 career touchdowns, and the Sooners trim the lead to 14. Sooners have driven with the second half kickoff, 74 yards in 12 plays. Without their big play receiver, Lamb, it's a methodical-looking drive. It took 5:44 to get there, but suddenly a 14-point game.
I think we all had confidence that Lincoln Riley and Jalen Hurts and the offense would make the adjustments to give them a chance. There's a great opening drive. The big question is the OU defense against Charlie Brewer in this second half.
Burkett tries to kick off to the end zone. OU defense that allowed Baylor to score on each of its last 5 possessions of the first half. Michael Hasty is the back. He's got the football, and he breaks free. Hasty, center step, loses it. Ball is out, and Oklahoma finally has a takeaway. Pat Fields recovers the fumble. They're going crazy over there because the 5-game takeaway drought is over. Parnell Motley knocked the ball out of Hasty's hands.
At first I was about to say, boy, they let up a huge run. One of their veterans, Kenneth Murray, not real gap sound. They just let this play pop. Watch this thing open up. Right through the middle, right here. Murray's got to make that play, right? Instead, he overruns it. Now they're in the open field. Now you got to count on a safety. They catch a break with Motley. The corner ends up ripping the ball out, goes right into the hands of Fields, bounces up right there. As you said, Chris, first one since late September, but they get the ball back to the offense.
Yeah, fumble recovery against Texas Tech, and nothing since. And ironically, Hasty wrapped up 2 hands on the ball just when Motley punched it out. So a big momentum shift early in the 3rd quarter as the Sooners begin from their 45. Hurts takes off again, lowers the shoulder, and picks up 8 on first down. Jordan Williams on the tackle, Kirk. They have run now 30 plays offensively in this 3rd quarter. That has got to be wearing down an undersized Baylor defense.
And they're trying to rotate to stay fresh. Up to 67 plays for the game. You know what? Jalen Hurts doing a good job. When they're blitzing those linebackers and safeties, he's recognizing either the ball out or take off and run for the scramble.
Last play of the quarter, completion again, and this is Morris down to the 30. 31 offensive plays. The Bears ran, I believe, 4 off the top of my head as Oklahoma cuts the lead to 14 and is threatening as we begin the final quarter here in Waco. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station. Beautiful harvest moon in Waco. Oklahoma cut the lead from 21-14, but you will not find a more lopsided quarter of college football in those three categories. 31-4 in the plays. Baylor gained 38 yards in those 4 plays. Remember, they had the turnover. So Oklahoma begins the final quarter down 14, but on the Baylor 30. After that kind of punishing possession, you wonder what the Bears defense has left, Kirk, for the 4th quarter here. Hurts out of a 2-back look, flips it to Stevenson, who gets a block from Morris on the edge and picks up 5 more on first down.
Nice safe throw there on 1st and 10. Gets the ball out onto the perimeter and into the hands of a playmaker in Stevenson at 236 pounds and can get their tempo going. We wondered who would step up. One of the guys is Lee Morris, and even on this drive, 84, he's in the slot to the left. Really made some plays tonight with Lamb out.
Stevenson, he's a big physical dude trying to hammer downhill. They stop him a couple yards short, but these guys in green, they waited a long time to have this big stage to seize this moment. It was a party in here in the 2nd quarter. Now a whole bunch of dudes in that side of the ball having to dig very deep here.
And Phil Snow continues trying to rotate, trying to stay fresh.
They come off the edge with pressure. Stevenson hit, and he'll be stopped short just by McVay. It'll be 4th down and about a yard.
Boy, that is a great play, Chris. It just does not hesitate, kind of waits, looks to see where he needs to fire. Hasn't been playing a lot, but you'll see 42. Just get in there, and once he sees that he's free to make that play, he just lowers his shoulder to keep him short of that 1st down. Waits.
I think they gave him a generous spot based on where he appeared to be down there. Hurts fights forward. The spot would have made the difference. We'll show you the play. It's a 1st down inside the 20.
And Chris, I thought Jordan Williams had him in the backfield short, but Jalen Hurts fought through that. We're going to go back and look. When we were away, we were taking a peek at this previous play of Stevenson.
Watch the knee. Watch where the knee goes down here and where the football is. The knee is down right there. You're telling me that's a half yard from the 20-yard line?
That's the 22-yard line.
That's a yard and a half bad spot on a 4th down play.
Yeah, the ball would be at the 22. Now watch on the right edge. Watch Jordan Williams again. Right there, he's got him, but there's that leg drive of Jalen Hurts that gives him that 1st down.
All credit to Hurts and the stuff, but they got the push. They got the 1st down. So Hurts and Brooks figure just to keep grounding and pounding against this Baylor defense. It's a 1st down throw instead. And the catch is made by Weiss, who spins it free and is going to score. And Oklahoma cutting the lead to just 1 score. As the freshman from Allen scores for just the 2nd time this season.
Here come the Sooners at the wink of the eye here by Jalen Hurts. Lincoln Riley told us this week on our call, it's a matter of time to these younger freshmen start to make plays in the 2nd half of this season. Progressive's got a pylon kick that's giving us the loss. But I'm just telling you, these young receivers, you can see why they're so excited about what these guys can do.
A 90-yard, 13-play drive. Took just a second under 5 minutes. And now, with 12:58 to play, it is a 1-score game. And this Baylor offense, Kirk, it's barely been on the field since the 2nd quarter. Is going to have to get its rhythm back because Theo Weiss spins free. And the Sooners are right back in it.
Uh-oh.
Kind of the fake onside kick by the Sooners here. Baylor's offense is going to have to rediscover some rhythm. They're going to have to give a rest to this tired defense as the Sooners have just been pulverizing them ever since halftime. Fleeks. Stop at the 22. The lead is just 7. Oklahoma's defense has stepped up lately, and Baylor's offense needs to get back to, as he said, letting it rip. Matt Rule said that was the plan coming into the game, and they did.
Yeah, let it rip. And when you have your chances with the football, look at the plays in the 2nd half. Oklahoma 36-5. Look at the time of possession. Total yards. That's what's gotten Lincoln Riley and his team back into this football game, and now it's up to Charlie Brewer and in this offense to answer.
And Brewer, who was such an effective runner in the first half, is going to be swallowed up by Ronnie Perkins, and that loss will make it 3rd and long.
Well, they did a nice job here this time taking away that quarterback draw. Adjustments, because in the first half this is a play that was effective. This time getting off of blocks. Perkins does a nice job of cleaning it up, but the linebacker in the middle there took it away. Nowhere for Brewer to take off on a play that was very successful in the first half.
Can he make a play with his arm to move the sticks on 3rd and 9? As time from the pocket delivers a long throw, and it's dropped. Bobbling the ball was Tyquan Thornton. Had a chance to pick up a crucial first down. Could not hold on. It's another 3 and out.
He did everything right except catch the ball. Great route. Turns the defender around. Just doesn't secure it for the first down. Ball's perfectly thrown. Just hold on to it right there, Thornton. And instead, they do not convert. And OU's going to get the ball back again.
Kirk, you think about when they have had the ball here. Hasty, the big run, but the fumble. Thornton with that crucial drop. And Oklahoma's sideline energized and fired up. And Stoops is the man who's going to try to field this ball, which bounces by him. He did not touch it, and it'll be finally down at the 22. John Mayers. And all the way down there, the kicker covering it. It was 28-3 in the second quarter. Their touchdown they got to cut into the lead on a defensive hold that prolonged the drive. But now, another touchdown they can get dead even from the 23. Pass slipped to Rambo in the flat, and he weaves his way for about a 10-yard gain.
Nice job again. They've gone to that to start drives. Quick pass just out to the edge, out on the perimeter. Whether it's been dumping it out to Stevenson or Brooks, one of the backs. This time they get it out to Rambo. And the reason that's important is kind of a jump start to the drive. Quick, easy throw. Now they get the tempo going.
And this Baylor defense, which has been on the field almost non-stop since halftime, has to find the energy to tackle some very physical players. There's a 2-yard gain. Roy tackles Brooks.
Watches Oklahoma as they go tempo. Are they substituting? Are they giving Baylor a chance to rotate themselves with Oklahoma's offense to try to get fresh bodies in there? They've done a pretty good job of rotating throughout this game the best that they can, but it's taking a toll. You can tell, especially on the defensive lineman in the middle, Roy.
As a blocker, Brooks leads in. Hurts spun down a yard short of the marker at the 45.
Again, on this quarterback draw, it's kind of a read. He's waiting to see if he can get the ball out or if he's going to take off. Just reading those linebackers to see what kind of depth they get. If they get deep enough, he's going to take it, follow the back, follow the guard, Hayes, and he gets very, very positive yards there.
Remember the last 4 Oklahoma drives, at least 10 plays. Last time they had it was a 90-yard march. They substituted, which gives Baylor the chance to bring in some fresh bodies in that front. 3rd and a yard. Brooks, first down, makes a cut, wrestled down at the 35, and the drive continues.
Boy, nice cut. Nice job in the middle of that offensive line, opening things up. Humphreys had a big challenge tonight, but he keeps battling in there. That time Hayes helped him out. Nice block as well by Stevenson. That thing opened up there on 3rd and short.
Play count now 80 for Oklahoma, 43 for Baylor, just 7 in the second half so far for the Bears. Play action, slant. Catch made by Hazelwood. 1st and 10 inside the 20.
Another freshman. Ceedee Lamb is down. Who's going to step up? How about the freshman Hazelwood? Soft coverage that time against Houston. Time to throw because they're mixing run with pass. Sits back there, waits for his man to break free, and puts a dime out there.
Brooks to the far left of the formation. Empty backfield on first down. play clock at 4. Hurts zips it far side against a cushion. Miller makes a catch, and the veteran knocked out at the 11.
You saw him see empty. He looks at coverage. He makes the check. The reason he went to that is because you have one defensive back and you've got 2 receivers out here. They can't cover both. So he sees that. That's that experience again that you get with Jalen Hurts. Recognizing that. Didn't look over the sidelines for help. He saw that on his own. Saw a 2-on-1 situation back into the boundary. Capitalizes on some good yards.
2-back look on 2nd and 2. Handoff. Brooks. Knocked down. You're talking about a team without its playmaker that has had to completely change its personality. They've gone from lightning strike downfield throws to just a grinding old-school offense here.
Think about their drives in the second half. We've seen a 14-play drive. We've seen that was a touchdown, a 12-play drive, 11-play where he fumbled at the 1-yard line, 13-play drive for a touchdown. This is play 11 right here.
Usually they're a Ferrari. This is just a Mack truck in first gear. Not banging forward methodically.
Not to mention you're down 31-10, right?
Yeah.
And there isn't a sense of panic. Keep in mind, when you watch Jalen Hurts, think of the games he's played in as he was a freshman. Got all the way to a national championship, right, against Clemson. He played in the Iron Bowl against Auburn. He's been in the SEC championship. Did that his sophomore year. I mean, this is a high-pressure game, but nothing that he hasn't been through throughout his career.
Still got it. Flips it in the flat. Catch made by Stevenson. Knocked out just short of the pylon. It'll be 3rd down.
I thought he was going to be able to turn the corner with that speed and dive to that pylon, but just not quite able to get there. But again, a positive play here. Watch, this guy's 236 pounds trying to get to that corner, but Baylor's speed keeps him from getting there.
13th play of this marathon drive.
86th overall.
Hurts rolls, looks for the end zone. Touchdown, wide open is Braden Willis. Oklahoma, a PAT away from tying the football game.
Safety's eyes got affected here. Going to have a tight end work outside, work out here. Watch this safety and this safety. Watch their eyes get caught up in Jalen Hurts and jet motion. Nobody picks up the tight end. It's sliding out into the back of that end zone for another touchdown. They're an extra point away from tying it.
Another long march. 77 yards. 6 minutes on the clock. A 25-point deficit has been erased. Pacific Life game summary is the quarterback comparison. It was all Charlie Brewer in the first half. He ran for 5 first downs. He was efficient throwing the football. This was a 25-point lead. Then Jalen Hurts, despite the 3 turnovers, has taken over as a runner and a thrower.
Brewer had 140 passing yards in the first half. He has 16 in the second half. And he had 77 rushing yards in the first half. And because of sacks, he's now negative in the second half.
Hasty on the kickoff return, knocked out at the 22, and Baylor will come on offense and run just their 8th play. But they only know the hard way. Here's the walk-off field goal at Iowa State. That was a nice win. Texas Tech, they were down in this game, rallied, won it in double overtime. There's the blocked field goal we talked about to preserve the 3-point win against West Virginia, and this crazy triple overtime game. 3 field goals in regulation, 3 touchdowns in overtime. Very different kind of game here for Matt Rhule's team. Got to find a way for this offense to make plays. With a handoff to Ebner. Back there getting back healthy. They hope he can make some big plays tonight, but he's been hemmed in. Murray and Perkins on the stop.
Yeah, Murray getting downhill in a hurry, but also Turner Yell, the safety, working down. They just overload the box there. There's nowhere to run with the ball. Murray's here. Safety late breaking down. Nobody picks him up, and I don't know where you can go if you're Ebner. Nice job there by late movement with this defense by Alex Grinch.
Mims on the right side. Again, it's Motley in coverage. Brewer Looking the other direction, now tries to spin free, chased by Perkins, looking for a man, fires in the sideline. It's incomplete. Trying to fight back to the football there with Sneed, but it'll be 3rd and 11, Kirk.
Yeah, when they need pass rush, you know, they've been blitzing at times with Murray. I'll tell you, Ronnie Perkins has been able to get in there, and if he doesn't get his hands on Brewer, at least he's forcing him to get out of the pocket. That's what he did there.
And this Baylor offense, serious urgency. You're going to give the ball back to Hurts and tie game with a fatigue defense. You will, unless you can make 11 yards here. Brewer has time. Looks for Mims down the sideline, just over his outstretched hands. They had 2 men covering him, and it's 4th down.
And they did their scouting report. They looked at the film. They know when the game's on the line that Brewer's going to look that way. They actually backed off. Little stutter and go. Motley backs off. He also, as you said, Chris, had Pat Fields, the safety, over top. But that play never had a chance. Motley, instead of being uptight and press man, backed off right as the ball was snapped.
Isaac Power, punt to Snoops. Stoops just barely avoided a mistake the last time. He kind of hand near that rugby punt, didn't touch it. And they have roughed the punter. Oh my goodness, Oklahoma with a mental mistake as they came after Isaac Power. Now
running into the kicker by the defense. He hit the kicking leg. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's 4th down. Decline. It's 1st down.
This defensive team has been outstanding. The #1 scoring defense in the Big 12. They got off to a great start tonight, but they have had no answer for the power running, Jalen Hurts, and some clutch passes to very unheralded receivers who've stepped up with Lamb out tonight.
Yeah, they sure have. Hurts has, again, played incredibly well. 25 carries tonight. He's 28 of 39. We've seen Morris and Rambo. We've seen the young freshmen step up and make a few plays here late with Weiss and Hazelwood.
The Baylor team that's won 2 multiple overtime games. If you ask this crowd right now, I think they'd take overtime. They'd like their chances in OT because they have not been able to stop Hurts in this offense. They come after Jalen on 1st down, and they've sacked him. It's about a 4-yard loss. Jordan Williams has just been playing sick tonight, makes a play.
Here's the key right here with late movement. They're able to get pressure. See how he stunts late, catches the offensive line off guard, and the left guard, left tackle occupied by a couple defenders, but the middle linebacker there, Bernard, timed that up perfectly.
4th sack for Baylor. Oklahoma had only given up 10 all year. On 2nd and long, Brooks on the edge. Slips a tackle and is in the clear. Kennedy Brooks rolling into Baylor territory to the 45.
This power read. Nice job by Hurts reading this, getting him outside. Now you need receivers to block. They do their job, man. All 3 of them picked up nice blocks downfield. So instead of an 8 to 10-yard gain, he's able to pick up 20 or 30.
Yeah, it's a 32-yard run. And Oklahoma, after trailing 25, threatening now to take the lead. Hurts, again, escapes and has room and runs straight north and south and slides for a 1st down at the 34.
Well, you blitz one linebacker, and the other one gets caught up in man coverage. Here's a blitz, and watch him in coverage. He puts his back to Jalen Hurts. You get the one blitz. Now you've got nobody left, right? There's nobody in the middle of the field. If you don't get to him, you're in trouble, and that's exactly what happened. You got one defender that's occupied looking at coverage, another one that blitzed and ends up missing, and now you got a lot of room for him to take off and get yards.
Play action, Hurts back, pedals, fires down the middle into traffic, and it's incomplete. Tejada was in coverage. Theo Weiss, the freshman who caught the touchdown earlier, was the intended receiver.
One-on-one. One-on-one late in the game. You've defended 90 snaps. You're out there on an island. Who's going to win that matchup? Lincoln Riley, who's been doing a lot with Jalen Hurts' legs and a lot of quick throws, tries to take advantage of a shot downfield if the Bears are there to defend it.
big cushions for these Oklahoma receivers. And Hurts flips it over the middle. Catch made in traffic by Morris, who's going to have first down yardage at the 21.
Nice job of just sitting down. They've been mixing up man and zone. Morris does a nice job of feeling that soft spot in the zone coverage and just settles down in there. They did play action to affect the eyes of the linebackers. And then Jalen Hurts is able to put that ball right where he needed to for Morris.
Clock approaching the final 2 minutes. Low snap. Gets by Hurts. Scoops it up. Desperation heave out of bounds. Almost a disastrous, massive loss. Hurts has to retreat and keeps calm under.
That's what I was going to say is instead of just falling on it, the bad snap. Okay, now you got to try to get it, pick it up, and then he picks it up. Now he knows he's outside of the pocket. Now I just got to get it past the line of scrimmage. Really good play to save a lot of yards at a critical moment in this game with 2:01 left.
Absolutely. If he falls on that ball, they're out of field goal range for the moment. It's second and a mile.
Great play.
Brooks, hard-hitting run, bangs forward for about 4. It'll be third down. Williams and Bernard combining on the tackle.
A lot of these critical third downs, he's been able to find Lee Morris to his right slot.
Looking that direction, ball pitched off underneath for Rambo. He is stopped short. Fourth down coming up from the 14.
Matt Brewer right away jumps out onto the field, uses that last timeout as OU's going to face a fourth down.
Gabe Burkett, the freshman, hasn't missed this season. Hasn't had to kick too many pressure field goals, though. And Oklahoma moving it 59 yards in 8 plays. Baylor this time stops him short of the end zone. Now for the first time since it was 3-0, Oklahoma once down 28-3, tries to go up by 3. This from 31 yards for the lead. No problem for the freshman. Still perfect on the season. And Oklahoma is in front. And now Charlie Brewer is going to have to try to lead yet another come-from-behind drive. This was routine for the young guy. Brewer has made a specialty of this 5 times in his career. Had come-from-behind drives in the fourth quarter. That doesn't count 2 other drives when he got him down and they got to overtime and won the game. Jalen had, I'm not going to look, but it's no problem. But it's a different feel because things were so easy for this offense. They were benefiting from takeaways, great field position. They were scoring at will against Oklahoma. Haven't had the football hardly at all after halftime. So you're asking him to come in pretty cold. And they had a couple of nervous-looking mistakes in the second half on offense as well. A fumble and a drop on what would have been a drive-extending catch. Mims has been the weapon. He's caught a couple of touchdowns. He's off to the left. Brewer's looking that way to give him a little cushion, and he will fight and stretch for about an 8-yard gain.
Remember, out of bounds in first downs, the only way the clock will stop. Charlie Brewer's worked on this every week in practice. Good against good, and now you got to execute against the OU defense.
He's been doing this since he was a middle school quarterback. In traffic, knocked down. Perkins got him, and the clock will continue to roll on the sack.
Yeah, this is where the offensive line, the receivers, you still have to maintain your poise, even though that clock is working down. It's a big third down here. He's got to find that matchup that he likes. Wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to Mims at the bottom.
On third down, he does look to that left side, but it's Snead making the catch, and they have a first down.
Soft coverage allows him to get to the outside and not only picks up a first down, but obviously getting out of bounds stops that clock.
John Mayers, the kicker, made a 51-yarder at the end of regulation to force overtime, but that's about the extent of his range. They've got to get the ball near the Oklahoma 33, 32-yard line. Mims still alive on the catch. Makes a move and stopped at the 40.
Very surprised that Alex Grinch and OU in such soft coverage. Mims limping off, their go-to man. Such soft cushion against all four of the receivers, giving them the easy release off the line of scrimmage.
Clock running again inside of 40 seconds as Brewer from the pocket looks across the middle. Almost intercepted. Had it in the hands and dropped it. Nick Bonito, the linebacker, could have sealed it right there.
But Bonito's been rushing as a defensive end. I think he surprises Brewer by, instead of rushing, he just kind of sinks in coverage. And he throws it right to him. Completely catches Brewer off guard with a changeup. Instead of 35 rushing the quarterback, he kind of a zone pressure where he settles back in coverage.
Brewer almost bobbled the snap. Now fires, and this one is intercepted. Given a second chance, Bonito makes the pick, and a takeaway of all things is going to seal a massive comeback victory for Oklahoma. 5 games without a takeaway. They had 2 enormous takeaways in the second half. Bonito sprints down to the corner with the Sooner fans are going to celebrate a sweet comeback from 25 down.
I just talked about how he's been rushing Bonito all game long. Lincoln Riley fired up. They do it again. He's right here. Instead again of pressuring, this time he's just going to settle back the right place at the right time. Gets right into that throwing lane. Those long arms, he's able to extend out and come up with that interception. Watch him reach out to make that play. Back-to-back plays where Brewer makes mental errors, doesn't recognize the rushing linebacker settling in coverage, throws it right to him twice, and he picks off the second one.
And a quarterback who in his career here has been so cool and calm under pressure makes the mistake. There'll be no perfect season for Baylor, and Oklahoma, which looked to be in deep, deep trouble. Down 25 without Ceedee Lamb tonight. They basically reinvented their offense from a quick strike to grind it out, and Jalen Hurts' toughness was on display. He ran it 27 times tonight for 114.
Great job by Jalen Hurts maintaining his composure by this entire OU team to come back and win. And just say this real quick, Baylor's got Texas next week. They got to win that game to try to get a rematch against OU in the Big 12 championship.
It's a great point. You'll have to dig very deep. The biggest comeback victory in the long and illustrious history of Oklahoma football. They come from 25 down to win it without their playmaker. It hurts, as you pointed out, championship moments have been a part of his life at Alabama and certainly continue here. I mean, that is just a remarkable, gutsy effort.
I really can't say enough about him and his leadership, his composure, the poise that he played with. He can let go now a little bit and go celebrate with Lincoln Riley and this team. But 30 of 43 for 297, 4 touchdown passes, carried it 27 times for 114 yards.
After halftime, complete dominance by Oklahoma. Baylor was only able to run 16 plays. They had 2 turnovers. They had a crucial drop, which ended a drive. Matt Rule's team, they have come light years. This one will sting. And the playoff plot thickens. We've enjoyed it from Waco. Tonight's game produced by Bill Bonnell, directed by Derek Mobley. We salute our entire excellent crew here. 4 wrap-up shows coming up next with Cassidy Hubbard.